Dan Scott with WJCL 22.
Stetson, congratulations. Job well done. Back here in Blackshear, you're back home here probably for the first time in maybe some time. How does it feel to be recognized and knowing that your community is supporting you and putting on such a big celebration for you?
It's tough to put into words. You come back to a town that you know basically everybody's name, and you feel like you don't really deserve all this attention. You just win a football game, but it's special because I know that a lot of the fanfare that I receive from playing for Georgia and the national championship, a lot of people are looking for something, but I know that everybody here from my hometown, who I grew up with, they're just doing it because they're proud of us, they're proud of me, proud of one of their own, and they do it for anybody that's from here.
Yeah, one last question. You're a role model now, whether you choose to be one or not, especially for those that live here in Pierce County and Blackshear. How do you deal with that, or what are your words of encouragement to those that are thinking maybe following in your footsteps or doing what you've accomplished?
Well, I thank God that I was raised in a town like this, in a community like this, where the values don't sway if you win a football game or not. So I try to be the same person day in and day out. I try to lead by example. It's tough to give a message to every single kid, but if you want to go be a walk-on and do that, then you better be ready to work hard. It's going to be harder for you than if you're on scholarship, but maybe it'll work out.
Gabriel Burns with AJC. One question, please.
Hey, yeah, Stetson, what would you say is the greatest lesson that you learned at Pierce, just football-wise?
That I would rather have people that know what they're doing and execute their job and play for each other than a more talented person on my team.
Marvin James, 13 WMAZ.
Stetson, congratulations. I know you're excited about being back here. You making your decision to come back, how excited are you for that and possibly getting another parade coming down the line?
Yeah, I'm excited for the months that we're going to have together just throwing routes whenever all these cameras are gone, and being boys and learning how to get better at football. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for AD. We'll call it the game-winning touchdown. Going into a second year, I'm excited to see Brock. I'm excited to see Ladd. I'm excited to see our O-line. Everybody just coming together and being more cohesive as a unit. We have more time. We have an entire off season. I'm excited strictly for the football aspect, strictly because I love football. I love to play it. I love what it teaches us. And it's a challenge when we play in the toughest conference in the United States, and I think we're all ready for it.
KT McKee with Blackshear Times.
You obviously love football. What are some of your other passions, and where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Other passions. That's tough. My time's pretty much spoken for. I don't know. I like athletic things. I like to compete, whether that be in a game of Monopoly, backyard baseball. It doesn't really matter. I like hanging out with my friends, like visiting new spots, meeting new people. And then in 5 years, I don't know. I've always took the approach that I maybe it's because I'm not a very good planner, but I try to do the best I can day in and day out, and so in 5 years it'll work itself out. So we'll see.
Bob Morgan, WLOP.
Hey Stetson, I'd like to go back to the national championship game. There was a conversation between you and Bryce Young. I was curious if you could tell us what that conversation was like.
It was just respect what he did the whole season. I told him it's tough when you lose those players like that, but I told him that I respect the way he fought, I respect the way he played. pretty much told me the same stuff. But I don't really know Bryce. We don't have a relationship, but you can see the type of player he is, and so I guess that gives you an inkling of an idea of what kind of person he is. So.
John Riddle, Okefenokee living.
Stetson, congratulations. Growing up in Pierce County, a small-knit community, what would you say that experience has attributed to your success on and off the field? You are a champion, and so how did they help mold the heart of that champion that you are?
Yeah, I mean, when you come from a place like this, where everybody knows your name and everybody works hard, you learn that things aren't given to you, and you gotta work for them. You gotta be stubborn. Sometimes you gotta be a little stupid, and you value those who are in your corner. And I think I learned the concept of a team and the importance of that over the individual early on, and I think this place helped out with that. And when you know everybody and they know you and you care about them, it gives extra meaning or extra incentive to do well, because you want to make those folks proud.
Lindsay with WTOC.
Hey Stetson, up in Indianapolis, you didn't quite have the words to describe how you were feeling after winning the championship. A few weeks out, how do you reflect on it now? And then what does today mean for you sharing it with your brothers, as they were also part of the championship team?
Yeah, so I don't know. I still don't know if I have the words. I know that I've gained a bit more of a appreciation for exactly how much football means to this state, and what it does for people who aren't even involved in the program, and everybody's doing better, and you can't plan on that, but it makes me happy. And I was telling Mr. DuPont earlier that my brothers, at the time, it was, and I've had reasonable football success, but at the time, that was the happiest I've ever felt. It was the most rewarding victory, and it still is even after the national championship. Watching them and listening to them win a state championship in Pierce County in football, which I don't know if you know a bunch about Pierce County football. The history, you wouldn't think that would happen. And I'd like to think that our class, my class, and Coach Pender kind of started it, but I mean they took it to heights that we really didn't even believe that it was possible. And that's a testament to this entire community getting behind them, fundraisers, feeding the kids, and the coaching staff, and then the players. I mean, you can't win without good players. So I'm proud to death of them. I hope they enjoy today, because I'm going to enjoy riding with them.
Kevin Price, 912 Sports.
Hey Stetson, you kind of talked about Coach Pender. I live in Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what he meant to you in terms of your development as a quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and then also, if you can, talk about your relationship with Warren Mcclendon on the offensive line, who played at Brunswick High.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coach Pender. So we were in Brantley. We moved to Brantley when I was in first grade, and Coach Pender was there, and Daddy and him, we got the playbook, and it's that old air raid playbook and number system, and I was looking at that when I was however old people are in first grade, I can't remember. And that carried on. He went to Crisp, and then Brantley changed to the triple option of all things, and Coach Pender moved here, and so we moved over here. And I wouldn't be here without him, and I'm going to try to go see him now he's in North Hall. I hope he can do some stuff up there. But he was the best coach for me. He was the best. I don't know. He could scheme it up with the best of them. I remember we had college coaches come in, and he would get on the board, and they could tell that typically college coaches come in and they kind of entertain the high school coaches, when they want to talk ball because they want their recruits. But every time they'd leave a meeting with Coach Pender, they'd come out and they'd be like, "That dude knows what he's talking about." and then Warren, I mean, he's a bulldog. I love it. It's either him or Broderick. Whenever we throw a long touchdown pass, where they're standing back there and they give me a hug and they pick me up, and that's one of the coolest things about it. Because I'm so far away from the play, because I'm watching it, see if it happens, and they're fighting their butts off, protecting me, and then to see the happiness on their face whenever one of those passes hits, just inspires some emotion inside of me that wouldn't be there because I couldn't get the pass off if they didn't protect me, and if they were protecting and I couldn't throw, then it wouldn't work. So that's what a team is again, and he embodies it. He's quiet, he's a quiet leader, and he just comes to work every single day.
Thank you, sir.
I hope we've gotten to everybody. This will be the last question, but Jeff Schultz with the Atlantic Athletic, is he here?
Yeah, Stetson's following up an earlier question. How dizzying has this been for you since the title win personally, and like what's it like to walk into a grocery store and see yourself on the cover of every magazine?
Yeah, I don't know. I was a starting quarterback in high school, right? And so people knew my name and all that stuff. And so obviously it's a little grander scale, but I've had some experience with it. And it may sound silly because it's not the same, but it's the same concept. And like I said, growing up, being raised the right way, where you just don't let that affect you. It doesn't really matter, it's cool. But if it all stops tomorrow, then who I am doesn't rise and fall with my magazine picture. But what else do you ask? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just how dizzying it's been for you.
Yeah, it is a little. It does. It gets a little old sometimes, but that comes with it. I've had a good support system, narrowing down my schedule so I'm not being pulled at all ends, and I can do the things I want to do. And I've always been good if somebody comes out of the woodworks and want to act like they're my best friend. Now I can tell them no. But it's just life. I still try to focus on my school. I got an assignment due tonight at 11:59 that I got to do. But so yeah. What is it? Yeah. Environmental econ. So I got to do that on Pearson Mind Lab. But I don't know. It's cool, and it opens up doors. But you try to take it with a grain of salt sometimes.
And I'm sorry, just one quick thing. Obviously you're coming back because you love to play football, and it's fun. But I'm just curious, when did you know for sure you wanted to come back for one more year?
We got to go ahead and go.
When did I know? I don't know. I don't have an exact date, but I always had a general idea. I think it's the best job in the world. And I didn't have an off season last year with the guys, and this year I will. So it's exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you. We hope you all